Hey everyone, it's April 14th. We've had a week of warm weather, hot, it's about 85 today, so it's summertime. So it's time to get my dome lids off, take a final look at them, give my suggestions of what I think's going on. You know, a lot of this is just visual hearsay. The dome lid behind me does not seem to condensate on the frames or on the inner cover like some of my flat lids did with no ventilation. So we'll take a look in these hives and make a final winter wrap up. With the warm day today, you can see thermometers, two at 97 and one at 95. You can look on top of these frames. There is a little mildew on the edges, but not very much. I never saw lots of condensation dripping, but what was there domed, I think it domed up and kept it off the wood. That's my feelings. We'll go to the next hive, and this was the hive that was not insulated. This is the hive 64. They had the R25 batting fiberglass insulation on. Again, thermometers are 95, 97, 93, 94. They have eaten all the sugar that I had placed up here. We're gonna take these dome lids off, get my thermometers out from inside the hive, and see what kind of food they have in there, if they need some. It's been a big pollen flow this week. Tons and tons of pollen coming in, and we'll take a look at a couple flat hives. This is Nuke 487 in my yard. You can see all the pollen coming in, the different colors. The girl's bringing it in to feed baby bees. This lid had a piece of styrofoam cut to the size of the inner cover here. And you can see there's mildew in the corners. There's mildew on the frames. It had no ventilation, so the lid was tight. You can see the edges of the frames are pretty mildewy, and so is the inner cover here. They have propylized it, but earlier in the year there was lots of moisture on this inner cover, so we did trap quite a bit of humidity and moisture in this hive, but they seem to be doing pretty good. This is hive 80, and I got a thermometer in here. It's 91 in between the frames there. Again, this was a flat lid, no ventilation, no insulation, so the outer, nothing here. There was lots of humidity, mildew, water on the inner cover, so it did collect. It went through the ventilation hole and seemed to have collected on the inner cover. The lid laying down here also shows staining. So my opinion, the dome lids seem to keep the humidity away from the bees a little bit more than the flat lids. So maybe dome lids are the way to go. So in my opinion, the dome lids seem to keep the humidity off the frames and off the woodware, the flatware. Flat lids seem to hold the moisture more on top and seems to condensate. So they are getting water. This winter, the winter of 22-23 was fairly mild, but my hives here, I think I only had one that had ventilation. I did not see bees out foraging for water very much. I had a yard about 14 miles from here. On Sunday, I couldn't figure out why the bees were buzzing so much. I didn't see them flying. And here they were in the grass, sucking up water out of the mud. So all those hives had ventilation, so they were drier. So there is something to be said about sealing them up and not having to travel for water in the winter. They do use it. So we'll see you next time.